Hey guys, thanks for joining me. And if you like what you see, please subscribe.
Hello, peoples. I'm really excited to share this with you. As you guys know, I really like Monterey Bay Knives and Ray Laconico. What you might not know is that he has a partner, Seth Owens, who helps run the shop out there. I'm going to open this with the Rosalinda. Seth runs a lot of the stuff, and he's also a knife maker too, but his designs are a lot less known. He did a collaboration with CJRB, and I saw it, and I believe it was $50, and so I had to get it. It's called the Kain, Kain, and the design spoke to me. I didn't get it because, in fact, I have not gotten, this is the first Seth Owens knife I've ever gotten. All his other designs have not necessarily spoken to me through pictures and on the page. This one really did, and it's a budget knife, and I think it might be a contender for budget knife of the year just by looking at it on the screen. Now, I haven't actually opened it. I'm just unboxing it now. This is an unboxing first impression video. Obviously, I'll do a full review later. So, bear that in mind. While I'm opening this box, I'm going to ask you to smash that like button down below. Leave a comment. It really helps the channel. And as always, thank you to my Patreon supporters. You guys are the best. So, standard packaging from them. Oh, this is a lot smaller than I thought it was, which isn't a bad thing. I just envisioned this as bigger. Bigly. Wow. The Rosalinda makes it look huge. Let's compare it to, I'll get a tape measure out here in a second, but let's take a look at that. This looks like titanium, but it has to be aluminum. It can't be titanium. Yeah, aluminum gray aluminum, and this is the ARPM 9 stonewash finish. I do like me a nice stonewash finish. So this is a fairly large knife, as you can tell, compared to the Rosalinda there. And here is an Echo, right? Okay, let's open it up and take a look at this blade. Liner lock. Clip looks a little short to me, but then again, it is a small knife. All right, no whammy, no whammy. Let's take a look at the blade. Oh, very nice. Oof. Very thin and precise. This is almost like a gentleman's carry here, like something that you would go ahead and take, and you're not going to frighten Irma, the lunch lady, with this. Very nice. Is it? I'm just getting a feel for the action now. Gets over that first hump. It's not quite drop shutty, but then again, it hasn't been broken in. I do like these thumb studs a lot. The line of this. So sometimes what I really appreciate about Monterey Bay Knives and Ray Laconico are the lines of the entire blade. What does the blade and the handle, and how do they work together, and how do they all line up together, right? Look at this line right here, coming all the way down. This is more like what kind of blade shape do we want to call that? I guess technically it might be a drop point. It's got a nice amount of belly here. The point comes down to a very thin point, and the milling here, it has some behind the tip. It's a fairly thin. It comes to a fairly thin tip, very thin tip. That could easily break if you mishandle this knife. Not that I will. And the grind on this, the sharpening on this, is extremely acute. It is this is a very sharp. I mean, this will no problem shave my hair. Yeah. Puncture cut. It's going to do really good on a puncture cut. So a smaller knife. Now, the access to the lock is very good. And they've got this milling here on the piece right there, right? So when you go like this, you can close it very nice with your thumbnail. However, when you close it with the palm of your thumb, you can see a little pinch mark there. That's because if you do it wrong, your skin can get caught between the liner lock and the edge here. If you do it like on top, you accidentally squeeze your skin there. So you just have to make sure that you use your thumbnail to push it down. And the branding on this is nice and small. CJRB right there. And Seth Owens' mark is right over there by the thumb stud in front of it, and then behind ARPM 9, which is kind of like a spray form type of D2. So not ingot D2 and not particle or CPM D2, but kind of sprayed in there and kind of gives you the best of both worlds. It will rust on you. However, having said that, I found it to be fairly rust resistant with just minor care. This is a reversible as well for lefties, which I really appreciate because CJRB does a pretty good job of making reversible knives, but some companies do not, and I think that's nice. Now this clip, this clip feels very tight. I'm just going to put it in my pocket right fast here and feel what it feels like. Oh, there's my PM2. Yeah, so let's compare this to a PM2. You'll see the PM2 dwarfs it, and that the overall length of this is 3 inches, just under 3-inch blade. So not that bad. And 6 3/4. I can just get a 4-finger grip on here, and I have XL hands. So looks small and nice. It really reminds me of a gentleman's folder, and it looks more expensive than it actually is. The combination of the stonewash and this aluminum handle, which actually looks a lot like titanium, comes off to me as being a lot more expensive than it actually is. Because when you compare it to the Rosalinda, which is titanium, ZDP 189, you can see it has the same almost kind of aesthetic, although that is not a stonewash finish. What is a good one to compare it to? Oh, that's a great knife. I love this guy. Sea Otter. So again, it has that kind of Ray Laconico, Monterey Bay Knives type aesthetic to it, but it is substantially cheaper and a little bit smaller, right? The only thing that comes close to the same size is actually the slayback, although they do have an extra large slayback. So I wonder, a lot of their knives, they have a small and a large version. I wonder if they'll ever make a larger version of the Kain. Very cool. Very cool. And I'm glad I picked it up. I think they're still available on the website too. But if you're a small knife person, you're not going to like this. However, if you're a type of person who wants a small knife to carry occasionally in the right setting, you might actually really like this. I don't mind carrying my expensive knives at all. But oftentimes when I'm going to work or I'm going out to do something, I will carry a cheap knife on me just because I don't want to lose it for some stupid reason. And I will carry my more expensive knives for very specific type events. I do like this pillared kind of construction for their thumb studs. I really do. Thanks so much for joining me today, guys. I really appreciate your time and attention. I hope you enjoyed this content today. If you could do me a huge solid, leave a comment. That really helps the channel. Like, subscribe. Thank you as always to my Patreon supporters. If you get a chance to become a Patreon supporter for $3 a month, you too could win a knife of the month. Chances are I will be giving this knife away after I'm done with a final review in a couple of months. So thanks so much to everyone, and I'll see you next time on Sharp Ends. Bye-bye now.